Hey, what's up, y'all? And of course, welcome to another alternative factuals video. Thank you for sticking with me this week. So this, I believe today is going to be Friday. So yes, today I am going to be talking about Nubia. Now, if you have not been paying attention to the community tab, for the most part, we have been already kind of in that direction in terms of I put out a poll. A lot of people responded. Nubia was definitely first. Black Lightning was second in terms of me talking about the TV show, and a list of among other things as well. So we're going to be talking about Nubia. I'm going to go over her details and her character development and also her relation to Wonder Woman. And from my understanding as well, I said it in the Instagram video, but more or less just the YouTube story. I think she's only a couple seconds older. I don't know if that's still valid today, but all I know is that she is Wonder Woman's sister. But before I dive into the details of that video, please be sure to like, share, and of course subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're feeling, and please leave your suggestions down in the comments so that way I can make other videos and respond to the polls. You know, that does help me create my content, and especially it helps me create content that you want to see. And without further ado, let's kind of just jump into it. So Nubia is actually a fictional character that we obviously can figure out is based in DC Comics. She is Wonder Woman's long lost twin sister and basically has the same superhero name as Wonder Woman, thus Wonder Woman, that whole situation. And she first appeared in Wonder Woman Volume 1, number 207 of January 1973. And her continuity was rebooted, I believe, in 1984, 1985. So they did something different with her when it came to Crisis on Infinite Earths and her abilities. So I'll talk about that a little bit later, and the importance of Nubia and basically what this meant for women of color. And the whole comic book game changed after the introduction of Nubia way back in 1976. Now, during this issue when she was first introduced in 1973, this was regarding Wonder Woman and her memories being restored by the Amazonians, and then soon after that she actually was confronted by the female warrior who was wearing an armor, and at the time we did not know that it was Nubia because in 1973 it was a little unheard of to see black characters in general. We were just kind of circling around to characters like Black Lightning and Luke Cage and characters similar to that. There weren't very many of us in comics during this point in time, so black characters are still relatively new compared to our white counterparts in comics, so remember that, keep that in mind. So for the first issue that she was introduced, she was kind of covered in this armor and no one really knew that she was black. I'm pretty sure reading this back in the day, fresh off the print, you were thinking like, oh yeah, there's about to be another crazy Wonder Woman like character, another Amazonian who's just going to be powerful. And imagine being shocked when you see a black woman under the armor who is not only Wonder Woman's sister, but her twin sister, and this was actually legitimized by Queen Hippolyta herself. So this is kind of funny. This is what makes it hilarious when it comes to DC Comics. Now, after the Crisis on Infinite Earths event, this is where things kind of get a little trippy when it comes to her abilities back in 1985. So she was reintroduced as still Nubia, but the spelling was different. So initially it was Nubia, and now it was spelled NU''BIA, but okay, sure. I don't know what made them want to change that, but okay, we're just going along with it at this point. So she calls Diana by her name of the former queen of Antiope, but then she kind of explains to Diana that she was actually the original Wonder Woman, that she had won the tournament that even gave the Wonder Woman title to Diana in the first place. But since she was the first of the Amazonians to win that tournament, she actually was the one who was assigned to guard Doom's doorway. And this is pretty much just an entrance to the River Styx and to Tartarus, and this gate was kept on Themyscira. Now, if you've seen the Justice League TV series way back in the early 2000s, I believe it was 05 if I remember correctly, I might be a little off on the years. If you've seen the cartoon and watched the episode, there is one where Wonder Woman goes back to Themyscira to kind of reconcile with her mother after leaving the island, and then that we see Themyscira is indeed the island that holds the gateway to Tartarus, as well as it's been mentioned multiple times in comics that they have been the holders of the gateway to kind of Tartarus and other mythical and mystical, energies and pathways and stuff like that. Just a minor introduction to, the whole situation. But she is also explained to have something called the Cold Sight, which is a gift from the Gorgon to allow her to turn other people into stone. But I'm kind of diving into the abilities of her. So let me kind of explain and kind of go over her powers. Now, much like Wonder Woman, for the most part, she has the abilities that Wonder Woman has: enhanced strength, enhanced speed, enhanced endurance. She's not quite completely invulnerable, much like Diana, but ultimately she is still very much hard to outright kill, even though in some comic book issues they might just let her be shot by a random bullet. bullet, and I'm pretty sure in Wonder Woman in real life, if this was a situation, I'm sure she would have to be to some level invulnerable, because she can't just be deflecting bullets only with her bracelets, but that's another argument for another day. But Nubia possesses a magic sword created by Mars, which was the only weapon on Earth that can counteract Diana's magic lasso. Remember, this is pre-crisis as well, so I'm explaining both pre-crisis and post-crisis. So this version is pre-crisis. This sword allowed her to counteract the magic of the lasso. She also can glide in the air, a lot like Wonder Woman, and possess strength, as I said, as well as other Amazonian abilities. Now, post-crisis is where her powers start to get a little different. Nubia wears special magic armor that raises her embossed lion's head on her breastplate. So it almost looks like that movie Hercules with The Rock, except he was wearing the lion's head on the back. But she has been shown to travel back and forth via Tartarus and Hades and stuff like that at will. So this armor allows her to kind of transport herself via dimensions a lot more efficiently and effectively compared to Diana, who actually manually has to go to a portal. Post-crisis as well, Nubia has 3,000 years of combat experience, providing her expertise in both hand-to-hand combat as well as with other weapons, and also she still has the immortality that most Amazonians possess, which allows her to live indefinitely as a very young, attractive woman. But like I've said before, Wonder Woman herself as well as Nubia, they're not completely impervious to injury, and she still can experience death if the injury is lethal enough. And she does possess, like I said, enhanced strength and intelligence. Now, what's really cool about her is I've never really seen this about Wonder Woman herself, at least not in her power set. Nubia has the ability to actually absorb and process vast amounts of information and knowledge in an extremely short period of time. And I don't remember this being an ability that all Amazonians have. I think this might be exclusively to her. I am not entirely sure, so if anybody knows this a little bit better than me, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm not totally sure. I've not seen this mentioned about Wonder Woman or Hippolyta or either one of the other Amazonians that we've come to know over the course of Wonder Woman's history, so please somebody let me know. Now, there's an ability that I don't really know about too much because I guess we don't really see it used too often, but supposedly she can actually become one with the earth and soil and reform her body as a whole to basically heal herself from physical injury and toxins. So this is what makes this very interesting. Supposedly all Themyscirians should be able to do that as Amazonians, but they say Diana actually first prayed to Gaia and that allowed her to do that. So I don't know how. I'm kind of confused on that one, mostly because I've probably only seen it the one time doing research in this video, but when I try to look into it a little bit further, I don't really see too much more information about it. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Now, don't get me wrong, she is an extremely powerful character. She is in a couple ways a little bit more powerful and a lot more experienced than Wonder Woman, and she definitely can give her hands. But a lot of people would ask simply off the rip, what happened to Nubia? What has she been up to? She's appeared here and there, you know, she's appeared in like spin-off series with Wonder Woman and the whole Scooby-Doo team up, Wonder Woman Earth 1, Injustice Gods Among Us. She only showed up, I think, in the video game, if I remember correctly. But Nubia Real One, on May 28th of 2020, DC announced the original graphic novel Nubia Real One, written by L.O. McKinney. It's going to be something that's going to be coming out and set to release February 2nd, 2021. So Nubia is actually getting rebooted to be created more of like a modern black woman, someone who has the abilities of Wonder Woman, but a little bit more relatable. So you should be able to check that out in February 2nd, 2021. So look out for that. Remember, we got to support characters of color in general, even though it is DC Comics, still showing interest in colors of heroes of color. It lets them know that we are still very much marketable. We are also very much still lucrative when it comes to creating these characters and re-releasing these characters of color. That's what happened with Black Lightning. When a lot of people started watching the show, they started including him in more stories, all that stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the information about Nubia, Wonder Woman's, I mean, technically she is an older sister because she did win the tournament earlier post-crisis, but I think what I got mixed up was a simple fact that she might not even be her sister anymore post-crisis. That is never completely clear, at least in my opinion. But let me know in the comments down what you think about this video, and remember, please like, share, and of course subscribe and leave your comments down below, and I hope to see y'all later on. Peace out.